This is a really long poem, just saying. Happy Poetry Month. I'm going to start now. This is going to take a while. As my brain sank to the bottom of the ocean, heart diffused of its warmth, lungs cried out for air. My blurred eyes rubbed so hard they turned pink. The world around me began to clear. It was almost like some magical force set a pair of reality-seeing glasses over my eyes, and all of a sudden I understood where I was. I understood what I was and why I was like this. "Hey babe," she said as she placed a warm, kind hand on my frozen shoulder. The ice blue ocean around me evaporated. She, the fierce, red-headed, fire-hearted, was my clarity. She was the sun I needed to shine so even the twilight zone could heat, and instantly I was able to swim out of this blue and walk on water like Jesus. I was standing over my deepest fears. I was standing over all the tears I'd shed since the blue first invaded me, and I can still remember the crystal raindrops landing on my porcelain skin then hanging off of me like icicles on a cold winter day. It was rare for blue to reign over hot deserts, where emotions had been buried and drought was the only way to get air into any type of lung. Then the storms came. Thunder crashing into sand, winds overcoming hidden colors. The rain drowned everything that was left. The blue invaded my life and made me forget the love I once held in a red heart. I'd been stained. Without wasting any oxygen, she kissed me on my forehead and held my hand to her chest. "I love you," she whispered, then ran her sun rays through my crisp hair. I stood still and began raining. I'd never cried in front of anyone before. I'm a dam and she was filling me. I finally bursted into an ocean and became empty. I always became empty at some point. No matter how bright the sun shined or how close we became over time, I'd been cracked a long time ago. My parents affected me in every way, shape, and color. Sometimes I still have dreams of them. I distinctly remember one I had as a child, where I was floating in art pieces, swimming in everlasting galaxies, my father hugging me, breathing in every last second we'd have together, my mother kissing me, slipping from what life we still held between our fingertips. My dreams were so innocent and pure, but now they're filled with cold water instead of lukewarm water, balloons meant for evil and literal cold war instead of playful jokes. These balloons were meant to hurt the other person, meant to leave them freezing in place with no ability to fight back. The blue flooded when I was just 6. Hadn't stormed till I was 13. My first storm, a hurricane, winds of emotions and rain, of cold tears. I felt like I was never going to stop, just landed me in the eye of a hurricane to catch my breath. And you'd think second times around is so much harder because you're aware of your situation, but second times around comes with darker and harder ways to face with your eyes open. I shut my eyes. I let myself dissolve like sugar in water, but I was no longer pure like sugar on top of men's lips. I was ungrounded salt, something hard at the touch, but simple to crush between the damp lips of a lustful man. A man with the voice of thunder and waves in his mouth. I was no longer sweet like sugar on top of a 5-year-old's frosted cake, but I was easy to fool. I looked identical to the pure woman in my life, and the only difference was they were cavities and I was acid. I melted and scratched up regular horny men. I was too confusing, too tedious, too much like the ocean that reminded them of their childhood. My color struck fear into their eyes, my taste a sense of disgust. I made them stick like food poisoning. A sip from mine frozen waters contaminated the eyes in their veins and fled like rivers that ran out of their blue eyes, the ones they now resented because I was too much like them. Because my eyes showed them a whirlpool of vulgar emotions. I had death in my eyes and they had no intention of watching the news that morning. It wasn't my fault my fingers transmitted frostbite or that my heart was bluer than the Arctic Ocean. You never stuck around enough to see polar lights. They were anything but blue. They were astonishing energy that never failed to send chills down your spine, but I was never colorful enough. Your fucking energy isn't real, it's an optical illusion. It's just like your salt. You think you're a good magician, but you're nothing but a liar. They all spoke dryly. I apologize for not being a child's coloring book, but last thing I remember, you're not 3 anymore. I apologize for being stained from head to toe with blue emotions, but last thing I remember, you told me blue was your favorite color. You said it reminded you of the sky, but you were never admiring me and just the lovely clouds on the side. You wanted somebody who fitted you. You wanted somebody who wasn't my shade. You wanted someone more light and balanced, just like the moon, and avoided stormy days like I. I wasn't red, nor yellow, nor white. I was blue. I was nor tender, nor sweet, nor kind. I was tedious. I wasn't nor light, nor sun, nor laser. I was shade. I wasn't summer afternoon nor spring morning. I was Arctic ice. Are you okay? She spoke, with dread lingering in her voice. I wasn't worry nor anxiety nor man. I was depression in the middle of a storm. I wasn't happy nor fine, anything but okay. I was drowning and coughing up my soul. I would have told her this, but I'd been frozen at this point. The blue flooded the dam and thunder erupted as waves crashed. Tears shouted for help as they jumped off of me, but my words were left broken. I'm not okay. I'm blue. Thank you so much for watching. I hope your poetry month was as successful as mine. Bye.